facial expressions throw me off, John Luke. Like, oh no, we're not recording. Brad's talking to dead air. Hi, it's the DJ Trips Football Preview Show. I'm Brad, that's Dalton, this is Cornbread, aka Ty Hardin, head coach of the Houston Hilltoppers. And we're here for week 7 already?
7, wow.
Week 7. Well, anyway, so we're going to do the usual thing here. We're going to talk with Ty here, and they're going to have our games to watch. We'll have the game of the week, as voted on by you on Twitter. We'll have the Dalton Award. You know what the Dalton Award is, don't you, Ty?
I'm guessing it's almost kind of like a Brangelina.
That's a good comparison.
It's a good comparison.
Pretty much, yeah.
Brad and Dalton.
Yeah, exactly. Best 1-2 punch from the week before.
Best.
We'll make predictions, okay? So we'll do that. And of course, we're going to sit here and eat pizza because Pizza Doctor is the sponsor of this fine program. They provided the pizza not just for us, but for the whole team.
Did you already eat these?
No, somebody did. John Luke, is that you?
They give us a piece of pizza?
I would eat one right now, but I'm not hungry. Ty,
I'm good right now.
You good?
Probably wouldn't. They would not like my eating skills on TV.
All right, mute your phone there, Ty.
Oh, hey, before we get started, what's the cornbread nickname?
Oh yeah, I learned about that recently.
Some reason, I got moved up as an 8th grader on my high school team. First practice out there, was on defense, made a tackle against a senior. I guess knocked the crap out of him. He said, "Ooh, that 8th grader must eat his cornbread." And they said it on the radio and announcements every time I made a play on Friday nights after that. So I can't believe you, my child.
He was like, he did dad like stats or whatever.
Okay.
Spotted for him. So yeah,
I got a food nickname in high school as well. When I was in 8th grade,
Yeah.
I was playing baseball. I was like 2 for 3 or 3 for 3 in the game. And hit a triple. Some guy in the dugout was like, "Call him Butter because he's on a roll." My nickname's Butter for the
I know what I'm calling you from now on, Dalton.
Oh, Butters.
Cornbread and butter. Yeah, they go together.
Good match.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I'll just step aside. We'll have the cornbread and butter show. We'll take it from here. All right, again, let's start by interviewing you, Ty. Again, head coach of Houston, and here in your fine office. Your team 5-1, coming off its first loss, getting ready for the division opener against Knoxville County on the road this week to open 4-3A play. Knoxville, I believe, a former division rival of y'all's. They went up to 4A for a short period. They're back. They're always good. So what do you kind of expect from them?
Them to be Knoxville. You know they're going to have more athletes than anybody we play. They're fast. They're very lean, long. A tough matchup like this.
Right.
I will say I feel better about this matchup than I did last week. I think what happened last week is what we kind of needed, and this week maybe our kids can wake up and we can play some ball.
Yeah, lost to Ida 1 AHS on the road last week, 38-14. It's a very good team. Mike Chandler and that offense. And what kind of lessons do you hope you guys take from that game?
I just the fact of, hey, you got to prepare the right way. You don't do the little things the right way, you're going to get your butt beat, especially against a very good football team. I think we can learn. What we did learn, I hope we've learned, is you can't overestimate anybody.
Right.
You know, you got to be on point every play. You can't take plays off. You can't overlook anybody at any time. And you just got to prepare the right way every week.
Yep. Indeed. And, of course, now, y'all are 5-1 despite the fact that you've had some guys out with injuries, like several key players.
Right.
Now, you've gotten a few back, but where are y'all at health-wise going into this?
I would love to say we are there, but we're not. We're gonna get there. Hopefully, we get there. You know, right now we've had about 5 stars that are out for the season. We have another 9 that's been injured and missed. You know, major. You know, several games.
Right.
Hopefully, to get a lot of those guys back. We'll see. We had one go down this week, so
Goodness.
Any of you coaches out there, out on the Twitter world, Facebook world, know the cure for the injury bug, please call me. I'll even pay you.
Yeah, this is like the worst you've had.
Ever. I've had more injuries in 6-7 weeks than I've ever had my first 3 years combined as a head coach.
Wow.
But
That's crazy.
Part of the game.
Yes, it is. Well, still, y'all are a pretty deep team. I feel like that'll help you. Dalton, you got anything for Coach?
Yeah, you just mentioned Knoxville. You said they're going to have the best athletes y'all face, but I mean, you played Pontotoc, Cal City, Shannon, and Awamba. So many great athletes across just those 4 teams. Not even think about the other two. How does playing against some of those guys like Chandler, Centrale White, kind of help you out?
For sure. I mean, all those games are going to prepare us for this moment. You got to think about on the flip side too, the matchups they've had with the West Points and Starkville and Louisville. They're played some great athletes. Very comparable for a team like Shannon. They kind of remind me of them. They love to throw the ball around. They've got guys that can go and get it. Basically big basketball players just go and rebound the.
Yeah.
And so we gotta prevent the big play and make them earn everything.
Yeah. Again, division opener in 4-3A against Knoxville County. Houston and Knoxville would have to be probably the two favorites in this division. So they're both starting it off on a really tough foot there. But hey, it's going to be tough for Knoxville too, not just for y'all. So anyway, good stuff there from Ty. Let's move on to the games to watch. And nice. Got a little distance on that one for once, John Luke. And by the way, when we go through these games to watch, we tend to just be me and Dalton talking and the coaches just sitting there like this. So we'll try to involve you somehow, Ty. We're working on it. But first, let's go back to last week's predictions. Let's see how Dalton and I did on the games. Dalton went 3-2, leaving him at 20-10 overall for the season. I went 4-1. Look at that. Got another game of separation, Dalton. I'm 22-8. 2 games up.
I picked an upset trying to get.
It happens. The closest pick, I actually had a pretty close pick this week. I picked Starkville over South Panola, 28-25. The score was actually 24-20, Starkville. That was South Panola's first loss, by the way. But I think they're going to be a contender again this year, Dalton, the way they're playing. All right, let's see. Games to watch. Game number 1, Alcorn Central at Boonville. Watch out for the Bears, man. They're making a little noise. 3-3. After typically struggling, including last year they struggled, but they're at 500 opening division play at Boonville. Of course, Boonville is again very good, and they have Davian Price. Ty, I mean that guy. I guess I'll play Boonville, but
Yeah, but I've
probably
heard
or
I've
seen
for
film.
sure.
He can do
Kick and roll.
He can do everything. Offense, defense, special teams. He does it all. And I just think Boonville has too many athletes, Dalton. So I'm going to say Boonville wins this one 28-7. Who you got?
I got Boonville as well. I think Alcorn's just a little too one-dimensional. I think it's going to be 42-17. Boonville coming off a bye week.
That's true. They are coming off a bye week. Mike Maddox has plenty of time to prepare for that running attack of Alcorn Central. Game number 2, the one we just talked about, Houston at Knoxville County. Like I said, big 4-3A opener between these two powerful teams. Predictions, this is tough. This is the Knoxville team that beat Louisville 2-0. You may recall. I think the Knoxville is 3-3 coming in. They played a tough schedule, kind of like y'all. You're 5-1. This is a tough pick, man. But I'm going to have to go with Houston. I'm going to say 24-22.
This is going to be the one
Good
where
pick.
We shall see.
Dalton?
I'm going to try to get a game back on you. I'm going to go Knox to be 22-16.
You heard that type of fans.
I think the injury bug, like you mentioned, is a little too much. Knoxville might get y'all.
Bulletin board material.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. All right, game number 3, Kossuth at Amory. First time these teams have met since 2005. I think that was in the playoffs. Last regular season meeting may have been back in the 90s. So they haven't seen each other that often. Amory is playing pretty well. Kossuth, of course, has Coda Wilhite, really good running back. I think being at home, I think the Panthers pull this one out. I will say 28-18. Dalton?
A 35-21 Amory.
35 Olive Branch at Tupelo. Big pivotal Division 1-6A game. I know it's early in the division schedule, Dalton, the second game, but these are two teams that will probably be vying for a good playoff seed, and I think this could go a long way in determining that.
Yeah, and I think both of these. I think this is probably the fight for the number 2 seed in that division.
Yeah.
You're thinking Oxford might run the table there, but
Sure.
The way the Tupelos look, I know they got beat by West Point, and they had a bye week, and then last week they just looked so good against Hernando. I mean, those scored 28 points in 12 minutes basically against them before they kind of went Tupelo again. I think the passing attack's a little too much, and Olive Branch they don't really have much of a passing game. So I'm going to go 31-24. Tupelo.
This is another tough pick. I don't know, man. Gut feelings to me says Olive Branch, so I'll go with them 28-24. Conquistadors. There we go.
Pretty cool mascot.
Okay, it is. Or I don't like how they shortened it to Keisters.
Keisters.
Yeah, it reminds me of
almost like a quiche.
or like Your rear end? That's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking. Okay, and finally, the fifth game to watch is the game of the week, as voted on by y'all, on down East Webster's offense. And now, Cal City always plays tough defense. They've only given up 14 points the past 2 weeks. But East Webster averages 36.8 points per game. Stephen Betts, quarterback, Ron Price, the head coach, they're doing a really good job there offensively. Calhoun City, though, man, I was just talking with Ron earlier today. He's like, they can defend anything. Run, pass, doesn't matter. So, and East Webster tends to be better at the run than the pass. Key number 2, where will Calhoun City find the offense? They're only averaging 19 14 the week before that and beat Martyr Valley. Just have not been able to consistently find offense. So I don't know if you know much about either of those teams.
Well, I do know.
I guess you
I'm close with actually both of those guys. I know Calhoun City's kind of having an injury bug like we are right now.
True.
You know, you got one team that's probably going to be a little bit more physical, and you got one team that's going to have a lot of speed.
Yeah.
I think it's a fun matchup.
Yep.
Don't want to talk about the game just because I want to keep my thoughts to myself.
I hear you. Smart coach. And then key number 3, when is it actually going to feel like autumn?
Yep.
Score.
At Cal City, I'm going to go 24-22.
Normally I would say good defense beats good offense, but I got a good feeling about this East Webster team, man. I like what they're doing. So I'm going to go with the Wolverines. I'm going to say 23-8.
I think that Cal City.
They play pretty good defense too.
I mean, I think Stephen Betts is gonna score a couple times, but I just think that Cal City defense.
They are so, but they have given up a few points to some good offenses this year, like North Panola. But you know, we'll see. So those are the picks. Those are the games to watch this week. Of course, a lot of more games being played, and we'll have full coverage this weekend. Now it's time for my favorite part of the show, the Broughton Award. As Ty
Brangelina.
Yeah, as Ty so swiftly deduced, it's Brad and Dalton. That's what it means. It's the best 1-2 punch of the past week. So of Tupelo, and that 42-21 win over Hernando. Jake Ware, the quarterback, completed 14 of 20 passes for 249 yards and 4 touchdowns. And Triple Wilson, the receiver, 6 catches for 163 yards and 3 TDs. And Dalton Tripp's really kind of breaking out, didn't he?
Oh yeah, he had a great game. He on his first catch, on the first drive of the game, he just straight up ran over some poor DB. It was brutal. And then he had one where he just outran everybody, and then one where he kind of was running up the seam. Caught one behind.
Out in Gloucester Creek Village in Tupelo. Good stuff. They provided pizza for all the players and coaches here and for us. So thank you all so much for that. Be sure to check out our podcast, Prep Rally. Comes to you every Wednesday. You can find it in iTunes, any of your podcast apps, or online at preprally.djournal.com. Follow us on Twitter at djournalpreps. Check out our coverage this weekend in the Daily Journal and at djournal.com. Thank you to Ty Hardin, the Cornbread, for hosting us. And thank you to Pizza Doctor for all they do to support local high school football. So for Cornbread and Butter, I'm Brad. I need a nickname. See y'all next week.